another character that I seen with a potential upgrade in this chapter was Usopp. Like he's we seen Lilith. She had that bubble gun, which we see from the Pacifista. They were using the bubble technology, those bubble abilities, and Lilith in this chapter had a bubble gun that I guess acts similar to how the Mark III Pacifista use their abilities. Usopp with a bubble gun. What y'all think about that? What you think about that, Ragnar? Does that sound a little tempting? I know he usually uses a slingshot, but it could be acted almost as like a defense weapon with offensive capabilities potentially.
I think Oda wrote Usopp based on Batman's rules. One, never use a gun. Two, never kill. And
Mm.
I don't think he won't use the technology. I think Usopp is the kind of person to see that technology and then say, yo, how does that work? And then find a way to integrate it into like a pop green or a kabuto, you know? That's
Yeah.
what I think. So, he does get the technology, but I don't know if he gets the gun.
Okay. I think that's fair as well. You know, because it would be weird to see Usopp with an actual gun. But, you know, seeing how Usopp has been known to integrate technology, like him using the the impact dials
Hmm.
from Skypiea, right? And
And then
he
he using with Arya as well.
the what?
The bubble technology from with Arya too.
Yeah.
And then
Is that
greens.
is that the same technology though? I wonder if it's the same technology that Vegapunk, like you said the bubble technology, right?
Oh, I never even see. I never even thought of it. What if? Because the science. I remember this. He said to Nami that this science is like the most. Because I said it's the most dangerous weapon. He said this is the most dangerous science in the world. If it gotten into the wrong hands, they could like
Mm.
take over the world or something. So that, I don't know. Maybe it is some form of Wedaria technology.
Yeah, I mean it
Huh.
makes sense.
Like I said, Usopp, he got Wedaria technology, he made it into a weapon. He got pop greens, he made it into a weapon. He got jet dials, he made it into a weapon. Usopp is a straight up weapons manufacturer goat. Like he's the goat. He's the goat for real, for real. Like nobody,
Over
not
Frankie?
anybody can. But for weapons, when it comes to like ingenuity, like Frankie's not trying to create new weapons. Frankie's trying to create better versions of weapons already out there, right?
Mm.
Wait, I got a question. Is Watari that sky place that Nami went to?
With Arya, yeah, it's
Wait,
separate from Sky Island.
how how did he get the technology?
Well, the thing is, with the Weatharian scientists are like separate. They're like, if you realize they said they clipped off their wings, but they are from Sky Island. We don't know which one, the people they're a part of, but they said they travel around the world because the head scientist, the one in the blue clothes, he told Nami about Raijin Island, which is the island we saw that's constantly being hit by lightning. He was saying he once visited there, but he visited there using his what do you call it, the island can travel.
Yeah.
So
I
he
don't know.
did
I
tell
don't
her
remember
it's
what
the
it's
most
called though.
dangerous tech. Yeah. He did tell her it's the most dangerous tech, and if it's used in the wrong hands, it's like world ending. And that's what Usopp did. He got the tech, and Nami was like, how do I weaponize this? And Usopp was like, give me a minute. And like in the span of like a week, he found out a way to make like the ultimate weapon. Like if you just yeah, Usopp is that dude when it comes to like ingenuity. He's creative. He's the most creative.
I, I, I mean, I guess I think that could be a fair assessment right there. You know, because I haven't really seen Frankie actually just straight create something new. You know, but I mean, the man could build though. You know, the man built the whole bridge in like a minute. But yeah, Angel, you got anything else, or you got anything about the Usopp, a possible power up for
Mm,
Usopp?
I mean, I think it's possible, but I don't really know about. I don't know. I don't know much about his character.
You don't know much about
Like
Usopp
I don't
character?
I don't like I don't focus on him as much as I guess you guys have. I didn't really know about that climate thing,
About
or
that?
not the climate thing, but the Watari thing or whatever. I didn't know about that. I forgot about it.
What about the bubble gun though, that we seen in this chapter?
I think he could take it. I mean, it's just bubbles, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say just bubbles. These are some. You know, we seen the Mark III deflecting blasts and stuff with them bubbles or with
Yeah.
bubbles. Yeah. So
I guess he could use it for defense, or I don't know. I don't remember how was Lilith using it. Was he using it offensively?
I think she used it defensively in this. I don't think we've seen it really. Were the Mark III's using it offensively? Because I know one time we seen him use it to deflect the blast, but I don't think we seen it used offensively.
Yeah, I know they didn't use it offensively. I mean Lilith, like because she's you said it's a gun for Lilith,
Yeah,
so I'm curious. Like, is it like did we see her use it?
I think we did. I think we did.
And
I forgot how she used
I'm
it though.
assuming.
She says in the chapter. She says in the chapter it's mainly for defense.
Oh, okay, bet.
And
Yeah, I think he could probably use it.
that's why I like this for Usopp because it's it's something he can use defensively. Like let's say when he go against Van Auger, right? Van Auger is a very offensive. Like they're both they're more offensive fighters because they shoot, right? They shoot. So Van Auger tried to shoot him, he could use a bubble to block the attack or deflect the ammo or whatever Van Auger uses for ammunition. You know, that's kind of why I like this idea. I like the idea of Usopp having something meant for defense. You know, because other than running, what does Usopp have? Like what defensive capabilities do Usopp have other than running away from the situation? You
Hey,
know.
Usopp can summon Sniper King. Come on, let's go.
His body, he has
Sniping
his
far
he has
away.
his body. His body can take it.
Yeah, he do. He is pretty durable. Usopp is pretty durable, but that don't mean he needs to be taking a bunch of damage though. You know. uh,
I
Go
think
ahead.
his bamboo thing could be used defensively, but I don't know.
Okay, would you be surprised if Usopp gets Heracles' armor?
I
Is
mean,
that a character we've met?
if Heracles come
Uh,
back into the story,
remember the dude that trained Usopp on his 2-year time skip?
yeah, that's
Yeah, that dude.
Heracles. The beetle. He's like
Yeah,
ain't he like a beetle or something like a?
See, I don't know. I was just hoping it's armor. If it's that's like his race, I'm sorry, Heracles. I didn't know.
I mean, I don't think he can get it. I mean, maybe he can get some type of variant, but I don't think he can get that exact one.
Yeah, yeah. But Joy Boy, what you think of Usopp? Usopp upgrade.
Yeah, I think the bubble would be like good for him for defense, but I think I would like it more if like Frankie took it and used it and put it on the Sunny
I
because we
like
know
that.
there's going to be a great final war. So like the Sunny does need better defenses because the main defenders for the Sunny are the Straw Hats,
Yeah.
mostly Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and now I guess Jinbei.
I mean,
So
if they could coat the ship in the bubble, like they had like a some type of technology that could like do it in like relatively small amount of time. They could probably also go to Fishman Island at any time without
yeah,
having to go to Rayleigh.
and it'd be better than what the Rayleigh's coding, I'm sure.
My question though is that bubble technology like influenced by the technology at Sabaody though, you know, because I feel as though they use those bubbles for like everyday life. Like we seen people transporting, like they go shopping and then they transport it on the bubbles and whatnot. If I remember right, and so them bubbles seem pretty durable as well. So I would think that maybe Vegapunk and possibly with Area, right? Maybe they all kind of got their influence from Sabaody potentially.
Or, as usual, Vegapunk stole with Arya Tech and then sold it to the government.
Vegapunk, the ultimate technology thing. He like he's like Edison. He's like Thomas Edison.
Yeah.
No wonder one of his other Vegapunks, they're called Edison.
Yeah, he needed an accomplice.
He's like, I'm gonna use Edison to take ideas. Edison don't really make ideas. He do research other technology to take. Was you finished dribbling? Or go ahead, Drew.
No, it wasn't.
Go ahead.
Well, like another thing for like Usopp taking it. Back in the last chapter when the PX3 did use it, like there was the rebound effect. So like the people that fired at it that hit the bubble shield, they ended up getting hurt.
Yeah.
And then when the bubble gun is introduced, Frankie says, "What? So deflecting things is an attack now?" So obviously in the last chapter we see that, but also Usopp with the dials, like when he was fighting Luffy, he returned the bazooka right back at Luffy.
Yeah.
So deflecting things is an attack.
You know what I think?
So it'd be like a way with bringing back the impact dial without bringing back the impact dial.
I like where you're going because you just gave me a great idea. I think one ability that I don't know if it's all the impact dials, but at least one of the impact dials shown where it could, I guess it could recreate some like other abilities, or it could like absorb it and then like
fire.
Yeah, like so you could absorb the fire and then you could use like if Usopp could bring back the impact dials, absorb the maybe he could integrate the bubble tech into the impact dials. If like absorbing something isn't permanent, right? Like, because I don't know when he like deflected the attack back at Luffy. I don't think he like kept that attack in the impact dial. It absorbs it and then it goes away after use. So maybe integrate the technology in the impact dials so he could like kind of summon them bubbles, kind of like the Mark IIIs, like with your hand. I think that would be dope if he could integrate that technology in the impact dials. Unless he can absorb the bubble and just have it all the time, you know what I mean? Like pretty much create bubbles at will just by absorbing it once. I think that would be pretty dope. Was you
Yeah, I was done after that.
Anybody got any rebuttal for anything that Joy Boy said? Anything I said?
No, I think what you guys said were pretty dope ideas.
Yeah.
I don't have a rebuttal, but I think like after thinking about it, I don't know how they would be able to use it if they put it on a ship. I feel like maybe Frankie would just do it to himself, but I don't know. That's it.
You don't know how they would use it?
Yeah, like if the bubble thing was like attached to the ship, and I think that he would probably put it on himself. But I don't know.
I think if you just spread the bubble, it would like eventually just consume the ship without popping. Like it would just spread and then eventually become one big bubble. Like I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it, but
you could just blow up the bubble like you usually do. Put air in it.
Yeah, and it would like
inflate.
it would inflate and then it would eventually encapsulate the ship,
Yeah.
without popping. Like, yeah, it won't be like it would absorb the ship or swallow it, like swallow the ship, and then eventually it's an intact bubble. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I understood that. I meant like when he was talking about them using it as a defensive measure. I was saying,
Do
like if
they?
they were just sailing, I don't know how they would be able to do it while sailing in the sea.
You gonna
Well,
say something, Ragnar?
yeah, you mentioned earlier that it like reflected a light beam. Do you think Vegapunk made it so that it would be easier for the pacifista? Because pacifistas don't have hockey, right?
Mm-hmm.
It would make it easier for pacifista to hit Logias, because that would allow them to like touch energy now, like how they can use the holograms on Egg Island, Egghead
Like
Island,
the bubbles could like physically
hit
touch.
energy.
Ah, because you talking about when they absorb the explosion?
Not just when they absorb the explosion. Like, let's say they were fighting Ace, rest in peace, right? And they had like regular hands. They can't hit him because, like, he's they have no hockey. They're robots. They can't even make it happen. They're not even a living thing.
Mm-hmm.
But with the bubble, right? We see it can hit energy because the laser beam came towards him. Boom, bounces off. I'm
Hmm.
wondering if it's a situation where that will allow them to actually be able to hit Logias. Like, did Vegapunk make this as a counter to like the Admirals?
Mm. Ah, I mean, I wouldn't say that's a stretch because he has that light technology, right? Like the one that could actually physically touch light and
Yeah.
actually manipulate it. So I don't think it's a stretch to say he has technology that can like counter them. I don't know if the bubble. I'm trying to say, did the bubble actually? Cause I know it absorbed that explosion, but you gotta understand, like the bazookas probably had like a round, and the round hit the bubble and exploded in the bubble, and the bubble did absorb the explosion, like you said. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Cause like
Well, I will
explosion
say
would
we'll
pop a
find out.
bubble, huh?
We would find out when Kizaru gets there.
That's true. That's true.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, that's all. That's all that really is. We just gotta wait to see if they could if they showcase it with Kizaru. But I feel as though if they go and showcase technology against Kizaru, they gonna do them light gloves, you know, which which would be dope because I think that if Vegapunk gets a hold of Sanji's raid suit, even though Sanji destroyed it, but let's say either Frankie or Vegapunk or somehow Judge comes back into the story. If somebody recreates the raid suit for Sanji and perhaps integrate that light bending technology into it, I think that would be a setting up for Sanji to fight Kizaru, at sometime near the end of the series. But the bubble, I mean, that could also be a counter as well. You know, I don't know what kind of energy it's like limited to though. Like is it just like fire? Could it counter light? You know, because light is not as tangible as let's say fire or yeah, like fire.
Hmm.
So even though fire is not
And
really
like weird
tangible either,
things
but
like smoke. Smoke is like one of those weird ones.
yeah, yeah, but I don't know. But so anybody else got anything else about Usopp? And Tori says that would be cool if he gets Milner on Elbath, like folks are saying. He gets one defense buff and one offense buff before the war. that. I mean, Usopp does use a hammer, so it would be it would be kind of like was Oda setting up for Usopp to eventually get Mjolnir with that what was it, that 10-ton hammer, or was it 100-ton hammer?
Yeah, I don't remember, but it's a lot of tons.
Yeah, even though it wasn't real, it was like a balloon or something.
Yeah, like 1,000,000 tons. Like, yeah.
Bruh.
All right. I don't know if you guys want to get your mind blown, but I think the Mjolnir is not. I think the big hammer is going to be a continuous gag, right?
Yeah.
The hammer is always going to be fake for Usopp, but I do think he gets another Elbaf weapon, and we've heard about this weapon throughout the entire story. We heard about it, Elbaf spear, all the time.
Oh, that Big
The
Mom.
Gulnir.
Don't
Yes,
Big Mom have an
so-
attack?
Yes, it's based on a legendary spear named Gulgnir or something like that. It's a spear that never misses. And you know what Usopp is? What he does? He's a sniper. He's not supposed to miss. That's his thing. So what if Gulgnir is literally a spear gun? You know how you have spear guns to hunt down fish?
Oh, you mean like the kind of like a crossbow,
A
but like a
harpoon.
gun?
Like a harpoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a crossbow. Yes, but
Yeah.
he shoots a spear. So I've always thought that the Mjolnir thing is it's really possible because you know a really heavy hammer. But I think that's part of Usopp's gag that he just always has a really big hammer, but he weighs nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think him having a spear that never misses would be like super cool. And the fact that they keep on talking about Elbaf spear, like you know, yeah, I love it. I think
Damn.
that would be the best way to go for
A
Usopp.
spear that never misses. It's like, but I mean, it would still work with Usopp regardless because he ain't gonna miss even if it did miss. But you know,
True.
it'd just be like it'd be cheap. It's like LeBron James.
Let's go, LeBron James.
It's like giving him stilts.
Oh,
Like
come
some
on.
small, not stilts, but you know them things where people run with, where it kind of make people like run like they're like springs, It's like
Yeah.
giving LeBron
Moon
springs or
shoes.
something, you know? Yeah, some moon shoes. It's like, hey LeBron, yeah, you could jump high and you very explosive on your dunks, but now we're allowing you
Fly.
to wear these springs in the middle of a NBA game.
Oh, man.
For the finals. It's cheating. You can't give Usopp that level of cheating, man. You gotta give him some type of challenge. Give him something that can miss, even though he ain't gonna miss either. So it really ain't gonna matter.
I think at the end of the story, Usopp loses his eyes. He becomes a blind man.
That'd be wild. And he still don't miss.
Yep.
But he has observation haki. He has like one of the
best types. Yeah.
Yeah, I think by the end of the series, I think Usopp's gonna have one of the best observation hakis because his observation haki works a little different. Like where Usopp or where Luffy's is more like precog. You know, like he could kind of sense something happening before it happens.
Usopp has he has a natural scope in his eye socket that also can see infrared, which is crazy.
Yeah, Usopp, wow,
I think it would be like Fujitori's like observation.
Yeah, I think Fujitora would be the closest example. Yeah,
it's more like area. Yeah, like he can see, like he could see. You know, it's almost like clairvoyance or something. You can see places he shouldn't be able to see. Where like Luffy's is more just like he could see. It's more for fighting. Like Luffy's more for like hand-to-hand combat fighting, you know. But I also think Luffy observation haki is like he's in tune with feelings and stuff. Like he can see people's feelings, or you know, because Luffy has like this uncanny ability to like know how to treat people. Like he knows how to treat people in the moment, you know, kind of like when he punched Vivi in the face in Alabasta. She needed it. She needed it.
I think
it worked.
Like more of like the voice of all things.
Yeah. It's like he just knows what people need at the moment. You know, like if they need a kick in the ass, he knows that they need a kick in the ass. You know, but that's like the power of Luffy. That's like one of his underrated traits that I don't really hear a lot of people talk about. That I really like him for. But Vegeta says Elbaf's spear is slept on. Yeah, it definitely is slept on. I don't even be remembering that being talked about like until Ragnar brought it up. So I definitely been sleeping on the Elbaf spear. And then he says Joy Boy had a spear as well. Wonder where he got it. Z ha ha ha. Did Joy Boy have a spear? I don't remember that being
Sun
said.
God Nika.
Well, actually, the sun god Nika, the only image we saw of him, he held a spear in his
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
So that could be the spirit of Elbaf itself.
Yeah. Because we know that Elbaf, they say they worship the sun god.
Mm.
And with a spear of Elbaf, he's like, come on.
And I know that some people believe Joy Boy was a giant, and if that hat that we seen at Mary Joa is belongs to Joy Boy, man, it had to be a giant. Man, it had to be a giant.
Do they
Alright.
only say they worship the sun god in Elbaf?
Yeah. It started off, the whole idea goes like this. And it's based on this story called of Odysseus, but I'm not going to get into that because it's a theory.
Is that
They
the
went through an eternal darkness where they couldn't get food and they had no light, and then the sun god came and basically gave them light.
Oh, I thought they worship like a lot of people, like a lot
Yeah,
of
they do.
gods. Okay, so it's not just that. We just know that one. Okay.
Yeah, we just know that one, yeah.
Odysseus? Is that the one who slain Medusa?
No, Odysseus is the father of the one that slayed Medusa, I think.
Oh, okay. All right.
His son did that.
Because it was a story, the Odyssey of something. I forget
Yeah.
what it's called. Something Odyssey.
Look forward to that video coming out soon. That's gonna be lit.
I mean, Boa is kind of the Medusa of One Piece, And now we
Even
got
Blackbeard was scared of her.
yeah. Blackbeard was kind of like, oh shit, you ain't gonna turn me to stone.
What? They were like, they took off your collar? No, we don't have dogs like you on the loose.
Right.